Hello everybody. Tonight we're going to introduce you Benito Pablo Juarez Garcia, who were the president of the Mexican United States. He's a very important people to the country because he make some very interesting things to Mexico since his since he were on the power. His thoughts about a democracy, the liberty, and the idea of the liberalist opinion were very loud to the people from those times.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce myself. My name is Benito Pablo Juarez Garcia, and I was born on San Pablo de la Tau, Oaxaca, on 21st day of March of 1806. My father was Marcelino Juarez, and my mother, Brigida Garcia. At the age of 8, I lost my parents, and then I go for protection with my uncle Bernardino. My uncle gave me the job for moving ships. Then there was an accident, and I lost one of the ships. So, afraid of getting punished, I will go with my sister Josefa to Oaxaca. Then pushed by my tutor, Don Antonio Massa, from 1826 to 1834. I study physics, I study laws, theology, and also I study philosophy. So then I get to graduate from one of the schools of Liberty Mind Open, and thinking about the ideas of the anti-conservationism. After getting graduate from the school, I'll get a job of judge of the civil issues, and after that, I get the charge of senator and also diputado of Oaxaca, and I get the hard times of the fact that Santa Anna has the government under his power, and by that times Santa Anna has the government under his power, and by that times he has the war, and on that war he gives the Texas and part of the north to the North American people. So we got one of the events that I remember the most is when Santa Anna excites me and Melchor Ocampo, and also various people exile us to USA and other parts of the world. But the fact is that we make a plan in New Orleans, and we decide to approach the plan of Ayutla to get Santa Anna out of the power. In the middle of the rebellion, Santa Anna fled out of the country, and then I'll take the role of president of the nation, and approaching that power, I developed the Ley Juarez. Those laws have effect on separate the church and all the religion things from the state and all the economic facts of the nation. So we make two elements instead of one. The results were the War of the 3 Years between the people who want a democratic state and the people who want a monarchy. So then we win. And after we win the war, I'll develop the social register on which any person who has born get his act of birthplace, and also I'll develop the act of engagement of people who live in Mexico. Mexico was devastated, economically saying, by the War of the 3 Years. So we don't have any money to pay to the other countries of the international debt. So they came, Spain, England, and France to cover us, but they came with armies, saying that if we don't pay, they're going to attack us. But France wasn't any capital at all. So they came at us and make the war of the 5th of May, on which we won, and we exiled those people from here. So I'll design the law of the external debt to cut down those debts that we had, and I negotiate with Spain and England and France to don't pay that debt until the next 10 or 20 years, obviously with interest. At the same time, the people who had the conservationist idea of the monarchy brought Archduke from France, who has Maximiliano de Habsburgo. We have very troubles with him, so I got to make the war to him, and when we won, I'll take it prisoner, and then he gets annihilated by me on the 18th of June of 1854. I died the 16th of June on the National Palace because I have angina de pecho. So the fact I was important to Mexico, it was because I'll separate the church and the religion of the country and make two things different. I'll develop the social register, and also I was involved on the war of the 5th of May, and I'll get the war win and exiling the last monarchy coming from France. Bueno, maestra, tratemos de hacer el video lo más versátil posible, manejar el idioma inglés, pero la verdad es que me cuesta mucho trabajo. Sin embargo, aprendí de la experiencia que Benito Juárez es uno de los pilares más importantes de nuestro país, no simplemente por el hecho de haber estado en la presidencia, sino porque en sus tiempos era muy difícil que un indígena pudiera estar en el poder. Y no solo eso, sino que llegó a cambiar toda la manera de pensar de un país. Impuso lo de las leyes de reforma, o sea, separó la iglesia del gobierno, estuvo envuelto en la expulsión de Santa Anna del país, después de tantas veces que se tuvo que reelegir. ¿Qué más pasó? En la batalla de Puebla, cuando tuvieron que pelear contra el ejército francés. Y además creó el registro civil y las actas de nacimiento y de matrimonio, así como las de defunción. De hecho, su acta de defunción está en el Museo Nacional, junto con su comedor, creo, y varias de sus pertenencias. Es algo muy interesante, la verdad. Él fue un masón, fue de los... pues se comenzó con el rito masónico aquí en México. De hecho, se le considera como el padre de la masonería. Y pues los masones se rigen por los principios de libertad, honestidad, justicia. Entonces, él, con toda esa mentalidad, es que empieza a hacer el progreso en el país, de estar tan devastados por dinero, por situaciones y por condiciones de México. Él los revive prácticamente y hace que el país vuelva a su estabilidad anterior. Y el obturador.
Listo. Dale.
Y por último, él postuló una ley para poder estar haciendo pagos pequeños de la deuda externa a los países que había pedido: Inglaterra, Francia y España, por ejemplo. Obviamente generarían intereses, pero podía estar pagando de esa manera. En fin, yo pienso que Benito fue una persona que nos enseñó lo que debería de haber sido el ser humano, viendo hacia el beneficio general, no nada más para el beneficio de una sola persona. Con él, bajo la tutela del país, fue que llegamos a mejorar, y de hecho se le reconoce como la parte más activa y reconocida de todas las historias de los países. Por eso es que se le otorga el título de Benemérito de las Américas. En fin, muchas gracias, maestra, y que pase buen día.